Hi, and welcome to the latest episode of The Pig Edge, Teagasc's pig podcast with me, Amy Quinn, where we are bringing you the latest news, information and advice to keep Irish pig farmers up to date. Virtual Pig Week is just around the corner and will take place from the 19th to the 22nd of October, where we're going to cover a different topic each day from 1 to 2 p.m. on our virtual platform. So on this episode, we are joined by Ciarán Carroll, the head of Pigs Knowledge Transfer in Teagasc, and we're going to discuss what you can look forward to from this event. So I first asked Ciarán to tell us a little bit about the event.
This is our second virtual Pig Week, Amy. I suppose enforced on us because of COVID. We ran our first one last year because we couldn't do the face-to-face annual conference. And it worked quite well. It's virtual again this year. It's going to be 1 hour a day. From 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock from the 19th to the 22nd of October. And we're going at 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock because it's kind of a time that seemed to work well last year. It was lunchtime, I suppose, on a lot of farms and for a lot of staff, so they got an opportunity to check in and attend the conference while they were having their lunch. And some groups of farm staff would have met in the canteen and tuned in while having lunch. So it's a kind of a good, kind of a social thing, if nothing else. There's going to be a different topic each day, so there's going to be something for everyone from farm staff through to managers and right through to industry personnel. So we look forward to the event, and we'd encourage everybody associated with the sector. It's open to all, but we'd especially like to get farm staff involved if we could as well.
You mentioned that we'll be covering a different topic each day, so if we just break it down a little bit, we can discuss, I suppose, what's happening each day. So on day one, we're going to be focusing on the Teagasc Pig Research Facility. So the unit featured heavily on one of the days at last year's event, and it really proved to be quite popular, especially with producers. And we received a lot of follow-up questions on this, and also maybe from Tomas's monthly farm update videos. Mostly the questions were to do with performance figures and practices on the unit. So we've tried to really tailor this day based off those questions. So on the 19th, I'm going to host that hour, and we will be joined by farm manager Tomas Ryan and research technician Aisling Holmes. And they are going to focus firstly on farrowing rates, and they'll detail the factors that are contributing to their consistent farrowing rate of about 91-92%, which is pretty good considering the national average is about 87. So they're also then going to focus on weaning weights and the factors that contribute to their high average weaning weight of 8.3, which is once again very good, I suppose, considering the national average is about 7. During this segment, they're also going to touch on the importance they put on data recording and how they utilise, I suppose, the vast amount of data that they're collecting on the unit and how they use it in making decisions on the unit.
Yeah, and then moving on to day two. Day two is on the 20th. John McCutcheon, specialist pig advisor up in Oak Park, is going to chair the session. And this is the day we have our international guest speaker. As attendees will be familiar with, we always bring an international guest speaker over for our conference. And we had an international guest speaker virtually last year. And this year we have a Joost Leijten. Joost is from the Netherlands. He's an independent consultant working in the whole area of nutrition, but his particular expertise is in the area of wet feeding. And as our listeners will know, the majority of pigs fed in Ireland are fed liquid diets or wet fed on the farms. So we in Moorpark, again, through Peadar Lawler and some of his PhD students, including Fiona O'Mara, over the last number of years have been doing a lot of research in the whole area of wet feeding. For the purpose of this virtual week, Joost is going to focus on a few key areas, looking specifically around the whole area of quality control and the deficiencies that may happen on farms with quality control of wet feed systems and system delivery problems. He's going to tell us how to identify those problems, how to sort them out or rectify them, and then the impacts that this can have on pig performance over the course of production year.
So on day 3, we're going to focus on milk supplementation in the farrowing house. And there's really been a lot of interest and questions on this since Charlotte Lordson talked on the Let's Talk Pig webinar last year. And I suppose there's a number of farmers with it installed in their units already, or many who are considering installing a system. This day is going to be on the 20th, and it'll be hosted by Specialist Pig Advisor Louise Clark. And she's going to be joined by pig researcher Peadar Lawler, and he's going to share some of his knowledge on the evolution of milk supplementation systems and I suppose discuss some of the research going on in Moorpark since we've installed a system earlier in the year. Research technician Ciarán Keane is then going to discuss some of the more technical components around its use, and then following that, 2 pig producers they're going to share their experiences and I suppose their top tips based off their experiences in using a milk supplementation system on their farms.
Yeah, and then the final day, day 4, I'm actually chairing this session myself, and it's going to host a panel discussion where we'll have a group of people on a panel. There'll be representatives from the farmers, there'll be Teagasc personnel and industry experts, and we'll be looking at topical issues that are currently in the industry, I suppose, and we'll be looking at things like the forthcoming ban on zinc oxide. Edgar Garcia Manzanilla has done a lot of work in this whole area and has projects ongoing. He's going to give us an overview of those, and we'll be there to facilitate questions from the attendees. We'll get a market update from Peter Duggan of Board BIA, and we'll also get into discussions around the whole area of slaughtering and slaughter issues that are currently a concern for the industry, I suppose. And Cormac Healy from Meat Industry Ireland will join us. On the farmer side, Roy Galley, chairperson of the Pigs and Pig Meat Committee from the IFA, will be there to give the farmers voice. And obviously the producers and attendees will be able to ask their questions live to the panel on the day. So it promises to be a really informative session.
Yeah, I think it looks like it's going to be a great session, but I suppose you mentioned it there that the industry is currently facing quite a number of issues. What do you hope producers will get out of this session in particular?
I suppose clarity on the issues being discussed. I suppose, there are a lot of concerns there for farmers at the moment. Pig prices have dropped, feed prices are going up. There's a lot of hearsay and confusion over some of the topics that are out there in the industry. And these experts will be there to give us the facts. And it'll be an opportunity for farmers to ask the questions and get answers. And hopefully some of these answers, they'll outline how we can deal with the current issues in a positive way. And hopefully it'll provide some sort of a roadmap for the sector into the future.
And another quite interesting thing we're doing this year, I suppose, is fully utilising our virtual platform. So we're going to have an expo area on the virtual platform to showcase our postgraduate students and their projects. Can you tell us a bit more about this?
Yeah, so this is a brilliant idea. I suppose in past years where we have our conference, we've been able to get our students to put up poster presentations in the coffee area, so that farmers can look at the presentations of the work they're getting on with during the coffee breaks and before and after the conference. So this year with the new platform, we're going to have what they call an expo booth. So it's really important to get the research that's happening out there to the farmers so they can see what's going on. And it's great and really important as well for the students to be able to showcase their work, because they're working hard day in, day out. And it's nice to get some sort of recognition and be able to show the industry what they're working on. So what we've put together is 13 videos on a broad range of projects. So they'll be covering the areas of nutrition, pig health and welfare, right across the sector. So it'll be something for everyone. And we'll have a range of students there from our newest student, Molly Harrison, who's only started this week. Will be looking at developing market opportunities for pig meat, right through to the elder lemon, I suppose, you won't mind me calling him that, Larkin O'Neill, who's almost finished his PhD and postgrad work, looking at the whole area of antibiotic usage and reduction on the farm. So again, there's something for everyone there. And the expo booth can be visited throughout the 4 days, and even after the 4 days of the virtual pig week, it'll be available there for people to go in and see what's going on in the research in Moorpark and the students and what they're doing.
Yeah, it really sounds, I suppose, like a great opportunity for all the attendees to find out a bit more about the research. We'll also make all those videos available on the Teagasc website after the event. Just to finish off, a really important aspect is just to remind everyone that you need to register for this event, and you can do so on the Virtual Pig Week Teagasc website, or else you can do it by clicking the links that have been emailed and texted out to you. We really do encourage everyone to attend, and also to get their staff to attend and to engage as much as possible, I suppose, in the Q&A and the event chat as much as possible. Thanks very much, Ciarán. We really have a lot to look forward to.
No bother, Amy. Happy to help out today, and really looking forward to the week myself. And again, just like to encourage everyone associated with the industry to get involved, and looking forward to seeing you all.
That's it for this episode of The Pig Edge, and many thanks to Ciarán for joining me on the show. Don't forget to rate, review and subscribe on Apple Podcasts or Spotify so you never miss an episode. And for more farming information, go to teagasc.ie. I'm Amy Quinn. Thanks for listening.